Welcome to SuperCandidate's video tutorials. In this section, we will discuss how to create a poll. SuperCandidate makes it very easy for someone to create one. Using the latest technological methods, such as allowing you to capture media through social events and then dynamically create a poll within minutes, SuperCandidate gives you major advantages over your competitors. For example, you want to engage voters' response to an election speech by your candidate. Shoot the speech with your smartphone, load to SuperCandidate. Ask viewers to vote in real time using your canvassers' smartphones. The data is automatically streamed to your election headquarters for crystal clear reports. Quickly advance your agenda based on those reports and get those voters to vote for you. Okay, so let's set up a poll. First, go to Poll Survey. Then, click on Create a Poll. This first page is where you set the properties for your poll. First, type a name for the poll. It is wise to keep the name to something that relates to the poll. Here we will call this poll Election District 7. Next, add your poll code. This is the code you will supply to all your poll takers, so make sure again that it's something that you can relate to. We will call this District 7. There is an exception to the poll code. If you export the code from our site to your site, your pollsters will not have to type in the code. I will actually discuss this later. Now you can decide where to send the poll results. If you are working, for example, in an election campaign, you may wish to send the poll results directly to your campaign manager. As this is a tutorial, I just put any email address. Some poll creators like to be notified only when a specified number of pollsters vote on your poll, freeing them from their desk. Below this notification area, you will enter the number of votes that must be done to notify you. Here you set the notification point. To do this, you input the number you need. I will put in 4. An important point: once your desired number of votes are met, you are sent a notification. To set up the notification again, you have to reset this number. To do this, you need to use Votes to Date. To identify the number of people who have already voted, and then add on the new number of votes needed before being notified again. For example, if 4 people voted and I received notification, in order to start this again for the next 4 votes, I would enter 8 in here. This is 4 that have already voted, plus the 4 new voters needed before I'm notified again, totaling 8. It is important to get this done correctly to avoid errors. The pop-up button here explains this. Now click Submit to set up this profile for the poll. You will be able to edit this poll profile at any time in your poll survey area. Once you click Submit, you can now add your question you want people to vote on. First, select the question type. There are several in SuperCandidate. We use the industry standard types that 99% of the industry actually use to save you confusion with peripheral name types which essentially point to the same thing. So let's start with the choices. The most common is multiple choice. Once selected, it will give you the number of options you want to offer for choice of answers. You can choose between 1 or 6 choices. Multiple choice questions are used to identify one answer out of a possible selection. You can also use this question type for scale questions such as the Likert item. For example, how much do you agree, strongly agree, or strongly disagree? The second choice is yes or no, which is also true or false. Yes/no answers, like the option states, gives you the best out of 2 choices. The third option is the checkbox, which offers the ability to choose from 1 to 10 options for the answer. Often, if our clients are trying to review an answer that requires more than one answer for the question, the checkbox is used. An example our marketing clients use is based on allowing a client to watch a video about a product and then asking for a selection of things they like about the product. Okay, so we have discussed the type of poll questions. You have multiple choice, yes, no, and checkbox. All 3 which can be used for a multitude of different question types. Like I explained, the multiple choice can be used for Likert. The checkbox should be used if you're having more than one answer for the actual question. You have the ability to add 1 poll question to your poll. If you wish to add more questions, you can use a survey instead, as polls are generally there to get impulse feedback. You can find out about creating surveys in our tutorials. I discussed the question types and what they are used for. Now here we will actually create a question. First, let's set up a multiple choice question. As we discussed the Likert item, we'll create a Likert question. So I'll select 5 answers, or 5 choices. Type in your question. For this tutorial, I will write, how much do you agree or disagree with our candidate's vision? Now below this you will see upload media or enter a URL. A major advantage of SuperCandidate compared to other products is its ability to take many different types of media and make them work on the end user's device, even if the device does not have the same software as you. This is done using SuperCandidate's artificial intelligence. For example, most smartphones have voice recorders, but many play using different formats. You can upload your sound file directly to SuperCandidate and it will intelligently figure out what device 99% of your clients are using and allow your sound file to play on their system when taking your poll. This can be said for other popular products, such as you load an MS document, your client does not have MS Office on their phone, but SuperCandidate will still play it. All this means that you get more audience from one source and one price. Now for this example, I'm going to get a random video which was shot by a smartphone or a video recorder and was loaded to YouTube. All you need to do once that's done is go to the video on YouTube, like I said, this is just an example. Copy the URL, go back to SuperCandidate, click on Enter URL, click in the box, right click and paste that URL. It's that simple. Now, point of warning. When you type in your URL, if it has a S at the end, such as HTTPS, you need to remove the S so it stays as HTTP. Otherwise, your video will not play in SuperCandidate. You can find out more about this in the YouTube criteria, which will give you instructions, very similar to what I am. Now that you've done that, we need to insert the answers. Since this is a Likert question, we'll put in strongly agree, agree, no comment, disagree, and strongly disagree. So let's start this. I'm putting these in the relevant boxes. As you can see, they have choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, and so on. Finally, you just click submit and your poll is ready for people to vote. The next type of question is yes or no. Very similar to multiple choice, you can add your question, upload your media or enter your URL and just click submit. It's that simple. This again is great for a quick vote after your voters have seen a video or heard a speech. Many of our campaign managers use this to try to adapt their campaigns based on the feedback they receive from the yes or no answers. Basic like instant feedback, see the reports in the office in real time, adapt your campaign. Very smart. For the final question type for polls, we click on checkbox. Here I will select 5 options. For this question, I will add a picture of a pizza that voters may have tried. I could have quite easily added a video on pizza or included a soundbite describing the making of a pizza. Several of SuperCandidate's marketing clients use video or pictures to gauge a potential customer's response for a new product launch, for the product or its packaging. Let's type in the question for the pizza first. What do you like about our pizza? Then click this button underneath here, upload media, so we can choose the media. Then we'll click on browse and look for our media. Here it is. Again, as I mentioned earlier, there are many media types that you can add to SuperCandidate. For this example, we'll select the pizza image. Then let's put in our choices. 5 choices for me to choose. So I'll put in these examples. I really like the sauce. I like the soft crust. I would buy this. I eat pizza more than once a month. I pay more than $5 for my pizza. As you can see, just something related to this particular example. You can place anything. Now this is done, I just click submit and my poll is ready for the votes. To edit the poll profile, click Edit Poll Profile here. And change what you like. To edit the poll question, click underneath View Questions next to your poll. And edit the question here. You can view your image that you included, the pizza image, or if it was basically sound file, you'd actually see a sound recorder here. And other media types, you can also view them, such as Word and so forth, just by clicking on them. Now that you have created your poll, it is now accessible on any PC, Mac, smartphone, iPhone, or even smart TVs, giving you universal coverage to maximize your polling ability. Here is how you allow your voters to vote from SuperCandidate. First, give them the poll code used to create the poll. You can find this in Poll Survey here next to the poll name. Now what you need to do is give the voters the poll code. Now that you have the poll code, go to SuperCandidate, click Menu, Poll Survey, scroll down until you see Take Poll, click on Take Poll, and just put the poll code in to start the poll. It's that simple. As explained earlier, if you would like to allow polls to be taken from your own site, you can easily do this with SuperCandidate. Once in your account in Poll Survey, look for the specific poll and you'll see this, Export Poll. Click on this Export Poll button. The name is given, but you can edit and change the name. All you have to do is load it to your site, as the code is automatically generated. This process where you export the poll does not require your polling candidate to know a poll code. It will automatically be placed within the actual page. All you have to do now is load it to your site. Loading to your server is a relatively simple process, even for those with limited knowledge. For those that need help for this, we can set this up for you, or you can go to our help center. Here you see what polls and surveys look like that were created in SuperCandidate. On the PC, on a smartphone, on a tablet.